It's Week 18 of the NFL, and all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. He's looking for a milestone 5,000-yard season and maybe a little hardware come February as well.
Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're off from US Bank Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Throwing from the gun here. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he's brought down at the line. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. Starts his return from the 23. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
You know what I like, Kate? I like that even though he got burned a couple times last week, had the interceptions, he didn't let that throw him off his game or make him gun-shy to keep pushing the ball down the field. And look what that mindset got him as a result. 3 touchdowns, and much more importantly, a win.
That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. New set of downs for him from the 46. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. New set of downs for him from the 46. First down throw for Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. We have a timeout now for somebody shaken up on the previous play, and as they work on him, his teammates hoping this doesn't keep him out of the postseason. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Timeout called on the field, so we've got a player shaken up, and at the worst time, too. They just wanted to keep everyone healthy entering the playoffs next week. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Mitchell again. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
From the red zone now. Catch made underneath by the back. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. Mitchell up the middle. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain that time, and now it'll be second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's got it! And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Quick throw left side, complete. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota all set to go for its second drive. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. They'll run it from the gun. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Now looking to throw. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't find a home there. Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. So that brings them to 3rd down. Back to throw now. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. The Vikings getting their punt team out. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. Got 46 on his first punt, and this one's pushing a little more distance. Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And that passing touchdown he started this game off with, just what we expected from somebody who you can see is among the NFL leaders in finding the end zone this year. Play fake, Jackson. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one intended for the running back. So it'll be 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Short pass brought in. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Walker hauls it in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. We have a timeout now for somebody shaken up on the previous play, and as they work on him, his teammates hoping this doesn't keep him out of the postseason. Now Jackson on third down. He has the first over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. And what an incredible season he's had, Brock. That last completion gets him to another milestone. 5,000 yards passing on the year. You know this. There aren't many who've ever accomplished that in league history. And it is a decorated list of names for those who have. First down. Here's Lamar. It is cut left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Timeout called on the field, so we've got a player shaken up and at the worst time, too. They just wanted to keep everyone healthy entering the playoffs next week. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And they bring him to a stop, but this run gets him into the red zone down to the 15. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Welcome back. 2nd quarter about to start. Ravens with a chance for at least 3, maybe 6. Jackson, quick pass wide. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Jackson now on 3rd. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pull out in front further, 13-zip. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Flushed out of the pocket. He can run it. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Adisa Isaac stops him there.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Caught by his back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. So out now comes the punter. Moore on to handle the return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Ravens and Keaton Mitchell just about set to get going again on offense. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting second right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. Running right with Mitchell. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. He lets one fly deep downfield. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
This is Mitchell. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Lamar now from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he goes out a little short of the 40. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. The give now to Mitchell. And he works it deeper into enemy territory past the 40. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 38. Into the hands of Walker. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Motioning the tight end now. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Connects with Johnson.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They send a man in motion. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Pass complete to Walker. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the 1st. And that was his 50th catch of the season. Pretty good total and a sign of just how valued he is as a part of this passing game. Quick pass, right side, complete. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. The early returns on the stat sheet have been good so far, partner. He's off to the exact kind of start they were hoping he'd have.
Yeah, you can just feel the rhythm, the timing, the tempo, and that ball is zipping all over the field.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. 1st down throw for Jackson. big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And in for the Baltimore touchdown. And with that score, a pretty elite milestone he's reached. Just the 4th time a quarterback's thrown 50 touchdown passes in one season as his success rolls on. That one right down the middle. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. And that one's unsuccessful.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. He's dropping back to throw. Stiff arm success. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He's going to throw this one. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Minnesota spends its second time out here. Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Here's a throw. He's on the move. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
You know, Kate, there was a time when you and I were growing up watching football where a 50-yard kick was impressive. But these kickers of today, they just keep pushing that boundary and showing off incredible leg strength.
1st and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. And with no halftime report this week, it seems we're going to get right back to the field for the start of quarter number 3. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Ravens are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he's kept up the pace all season long. To the point, look, he's in the top 5 across the NFL in passing. 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jackson. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Blitz coming, Lamar. Cut out left. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to push one deep down the right. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Lamar throwing again. Taking a big shot for the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
Jackson yet again. Complete out to the right side. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Now run. This is Mitchell. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Again, this is Mitchell. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Walker hauls it in. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Here's Mitchell. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. But you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. It's a 38-yard look here. Tucker's kick is up and good. And that stretches the lead to 21.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota... First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing it to start this drive. Finds his back complete. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Adisa Isaac stops him there. Second down now, 7 to go. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 16 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Here's a give up the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And they bring him down around the 34.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Oh, what a stiff arm. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. The drive picks up here, first and 10. They're throwing it. Caught by Godwin on the slant. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the 16. Catch is made in close. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with first and goal. Goal to go. It's a pass play. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw it here. Chased out to his right. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings start the second half with some needed points. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Vikings get it back to a 14-point game. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Moore with a return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The visitors ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. First down, here's Lamar. He finds Johnson. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Gets this to Johnson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First and 10 from the 41. On the handoff, here's Mitchell. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Here's 2nd and 7. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. What a game he has had. Really showed the versatility he's got from the running back position and the wrinkles that he can add to this offense.
Yeah, Kate, you hear it all the time. If a quarterback's best friend's a reliable tight end, well, right next to that reliable tight end is a more dependable pass-catching running back.
Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Another try following the sack. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And just a week before the playoffs begin, partner, here's where teams stand as we play out this regular season finale.
Let's go.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. So 2nd down coming up. Throwing from the gun here. Buys time, rolling right. He's running with it. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
He'll make a bid for it on the ground. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Throwing now on 1st down. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Couldn't connect with Jordan Addison. And now it's 2nd down. Pass play now. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Forced out to his right. Ooh, look at this, here he goes. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go play action here. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Throwing deep for the end zone. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. Throw is caught by the back. And they take him down right along the 30. And this one won't get close. They make the stand and force that turnover on downs. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lamar off the play fake. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Well, that window was open down the field, but this league is so fast. And these defenders, well, they closed the gap before that throw could arrive.
Throwing again here on 2nd and 10. Jackson finds him over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing them.
Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop it, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them. Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Mitchell gets it from the gun, and he's brought down for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Ravens nearing their 15th win this season. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. Surprisingly, had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Hits his running back. And he'll get it up to the 27. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. From the 27. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. Timeout taken by the offense. Their second. Gotta figure out this third down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hutchinson reels it in. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. A tight end in motion now. Here's Mitchell again. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And they snag some much-needed momentum.